Greetings, beautiful people. Today is Monday, December 30th, 2024, and in this video, I'm going to go over my progress and accomplishments of my goals and year in 2024. So, to very summarize, essentially, I will go over my goals here. You can see here on the middle slide here, and my progress on achieving them. So after a year of setting these goals last year in 2023, about the end of the year, exactly actually a year ago today, just about, I think it was December 31st, I actually made a video on this. Oops, I'm going to show you the video. I made this one right here, thank you 2024, and it's an old video of mine in December 2023, 31st, of me going over this sheet that I printed out right here. And crazy thing is, I've hit all of them except two, and I'm gonna go over the two, which ones are actually technically three if we're counting a sub goal, but it's still crazy progress, and I have a lot to learn and a lot to reflect on why I didn't hit all of the goals, but we're gonna go over that in more detail right here. So first things first, this should actually not be here. This should, these two, this is 2025. Right here are my 2024 goals. So originally, my goal with 2024 was 15K per month consistently. This was the old one. This one actually used to say 15K. But I changed it because I hit that in the first 3 months of the year. So that's crazy. Major breakthroughs after that conversation in February I had with my parents that allowed me to facilitate and go all in on my time, energy, and attention to growing the business. That's what significantly contributed that. So definitely set the bar way too low. I need to set the bar for my goals that are going to challenge me but aren't completely impossible to do within a year, so that I can challenge myself but at the same time make it seem attainable so that I can work very hard to achieve that goal. That's one lesson here. Next goal after that was 20K, and we hit that, obviously. Next goal after this was $50,000 a month, with 70% margins, consistently generating 6K a month in personal dividends. So we have not hit this revenue mark of $50,000, but I do believe soon we are very close. Highest month in the year was like $41,000. So it's still incredible to say. Super blessed to be able to generate that amount. We do need to focus on profit though, so one step above this milestone of $50,000 is an actual profit goal. And so for 2025, it's actually $20,000 in personal dividends, which is profit for just myself. So in total, if we want to profit $20,000 just for take home for myself, Matthew and I both split 50-50. So we have to generate $40,000 in personal dividends every month. So as you can see here, this is a work in progress. I don't know if I'll do this in this video or maybe in another video, but my 2025 goals, one of them right here, is to grow Clive to 40K a month profit, automated and delegated. This is a goal of mine for next year. This is going to be the financial mark I want Clive to be at, so we can take home $20,000 in personal dividends per month after taxes consistently. And so that was the goal after this. We've not achieved that, but we did achieve the original goal, which is very satisfying. Next goal after this was full fitness, full range mobility in hips, hamstrings, shoulders, and spine. With hips, I'm able to do the splits, middle splits, ATG decline squats, flexion, hip flexion, and hip extension. So essentially, if you're able to do the splits like this deep, you have this was my goal for full fitness for my hip mobility. I can hit the cold splits pretty much. Like, I won't do it right now, but actually I have a video of me doing this. I'm gonna mute it, but you can see here. So the only thing, this wasn't a clean full cold split. You can see my back hip flexor wasn't on the ground all the way. I have the hamstring flexibility, but I didn't quite go all the way down with the back leg, the hip flexor. And this is me doing it on the other side. This one was a bit cleaner, as you can see here. Yeah. So I'd say my hip flexibility could be like super par, but this was literally me cold. Like, I did this without warming up. I didn't do couch stretches or anything like this before. So I was really testing my limit, and this is still pretty far for where I like beginning of last year. I think I could get to the splits if I warmed up really well, but not this deep. So I definitely made progress toward this. However, cold splits is more of like a metric of my hip flexibility. It's not really necessarily me doing the act itself, but having good hip flexor mobility and capacity to be flexible. It was the goal. So I'd say that was achieved. The next thing that I did, and is actually on the list here, is some middle splits. This is something that's going to be a long-term goal because middle splits require abductor head flexibility as well as hip flexibility, and it's insanely hard to do. You have to be very flexible to do the middle splits. So that's honestly, it's not a goal of mine to do that next year. I feel like I've achieved a certain level of good mobility for this year. Like, I feel comfortable, really comfortable and mobile in my own body, but I do want to be able to hit more of like ATG exercises, like a full Nordic. I wasn't able to hit a full Nordic this year, and I'm going to go over that in flexibility first here. But yeah, you can see here, this kind of goes hand in hand with the full mobility, right? Cold splits, Nordics, reverse Nordics, freehanding standing push-up, sitting squat to pull, full seated pancake head to floor. So this is going to be the next one I'm going to demonstrate here in this video. I can almost do the middle splits. Like, this was me like maybe 160 degrees of my legs being out, and I could touch my head to the floor from this position. And this was cold as well. I didn't warm up too much before this, but it'd be a lot cleaner if my abs got to the floor, but that puts your adductors on fire. That my original goal, like, you can see this guy's abs and his hands are above his head. This guy has it way cleaner, but you can see his feet are a little bit more pointed inwards. This is maybe like a 150 degree angle, 140. Mine was like almost 180 or closer to 180. So I'm optimizing for more of a middle split rather than just a full seated pancake. You know what? I'm gonna test if I could do this right now. Hold on, I'm gonna record myself. I just hit it. Let's go. Got it on camera. Fully abs on mat and my head on floor with my arms above my head. I think I even had it wider than this guy, but my you can see the camera. So the proof is in the pudding. I just did it. All right, awesome. Okay, all of these. So cold splits, not a clean cold splits like this, Like this guy's hip flexor flexibility is very, very good. My cold splits isn't, my hip flexor flexibility cold isn't as flexible as this. So I give myself like 0.3 points or minus 3 points for that. So if I look at that video, you're going to see me attempt to do that as well. This is me standing pancake, and then, oh yeah, this is me doing it. But you can see my abs weren't on the floor, right? I think we were here already. Anyways, so the exciting stuff is, after I tried doing those, I attempted to do sissy squat to pull, Nordic, and reverse Nordic in the video. I'm going to show you the video right now. Alright, this is the video. This was a few days ago in my Lifetime gym. Just hit that was my first reverse Nordic on camera. And I hit another one. Woo! So proud of myself. This is something I've been working on all year. All year. I have clips. Oh yeah. I have clips of me doing banded since January 4th of this year. And then this is me doing a Nordic. Boom. 3 elevated. Me doing it. 2 elevated. There you go. And then finally, you got the sissy squat to pull. Full range, no assistance. Look at this. Boom. This is so cool. I love, like, this just reminds, this is just screams knees over toes guy. Look at that. Boom. No assistance. I could watch this all day. I'm so proud of myself for doing this. Deep range of motion. On the way up, I kept my glutes flexed. You can see him, he almost tipped over because I was trying to keep my balance, but verse Nordic, sissy squat to pull, done. Check marked. You can get that off the list. Boom. So if I go here, so if we can check that, right? Reverse Nordics, cold splits. I'll do a half check mark. Can I do a half check mark? I don't know how to crop. It's not letting me crop. I'll do a smaller check mark. Sissy squat to pull. I just did a full seated pancake head to floor. So Nordics, it's also like a half because I was able to do 3 elevated, but when I in the same clip, I don't have it here. I did the 1 layer, could not hit that. It's pretty hard to do, but I have a strategy on how to get my hamstring strength and endurance very, very prone to Nordics, and that's doing single leg eccentric lying leg curls. Those are very good. Heavy lying leg curls, eccentric. They are very, very helpful on developing hamstring Nordic strength. Boom. Form looks pretty immaculate in my opinion. Boom. Man, I could just watch this all day. I'm so proud of myself for doing that. It's my goals the whole year, man. But I still didn't hit technically the Nordic, right? Nor the handstand push-up. I have a video, I recorded myself earlier too trying to hit this. I did not hit it. Honestly haven't been, I've regarding the pike push-up, like the actual pressing motion of the handstand push-up, I haven't been training as much as the handstand itself. But even then, like I haven't been that consistent. Like I just set time at the end of my workouts or like at home to just practice some handstands for like a few minutes. And I heard you say bless you on the other side of the screen, so thank you. I haven't been working a lot on this, but it's still something I'm working on. And handstand push-ups freestanding are extremely hard. Like actually, very one of the most difficult calisthenics moves ever. So I think this will be a very, very worthwhile goal for next year. I think if I put in the work to work on my handstands, I could definitely achieve like a 30-second handstand by next year. But and also like really work on my heavy handstand push-up or like pike push-ups and things like that. That'll still be a goal for next year. Same with the full Nordic as well. I got major progress on these two goals though. Anyways, I'll move on from these two. Going back to these ones, so hips, I would say I have full range mobility there. Hamstrings, I also say I would have full mobility. I can do all of these. I can do all of these: full forward fold, head to shin, straight legs, Nordics, flexion, and extension. This is when you put your feet in front of you and you're able to put your head on your shins with your hamstring joint flexibility. I can almost put my head through my legs with them straight and locked out. I'm able to do, I'm very blessed to say this, I'm able to do Jefferson curls pretty, like, not easily, but like I'm able to get into the position with almost little to no warm-up now. My hamstrings are very flexible and mobile. Shoulders, can do 30 pounds pullovers. I haven't tested this actually yet, but I know I have the flexibility to have my butt near the ground, if not on the ground, and my shoulders all the way over. That requires a lot of shoulder mobility. One arm hangs, I am able to do on both arms, but like for maybe a couple seconds. Very hard to do. My forearm strength is really the one that needs there more than my shoulder mobility. So honestly, I don't know why I included that, but anyways, full barbell behind the back for external rotation. This is a clip of or a picture of Noah Ryan doing this. Barbell like behind the back ones, but all the way down. I do this with my mobility stick. Essentially when you do this, but with the barbell. See? So I have the mobility to do it, but this is like adding weight to this and extra strength training is another aspect. I know I can do at least a barbell of it. I haven't tried putting pounds on it, but I'm able to have the flexibility to do it at least. So I'd say this goal is achieved too. All of these realistically I can do. Also the spine, back bridges I can do, and full flexion extension. Yeah, I'm able to do back bridges as well. Pretty comfortably with breathing big in the belly as well and putting my head through my shoulders and like leaning forward a little bit. That makes it as difficult as possible with my spine flexibility, but I'm able to do that. And I can also do a forward fold like this. So my spine is also pretty flexible there. So the only things here are like middle splits and one arm hangs. I can technically do this, but like the only thing I really can't do like physically is middle splits. Mobility wise though, I can do most of these. So I say all of these are also achieved. Awesome. So on to the next. These will be easy. Freedom, self-sufficiency, and independence. Expenses are consistently paid for in Austin. Check. Moved in August 16th this year, and we were making enough money to provide for ourselves and independence, and we've consistently paid for our expenses ever since. Good thing. All right, awesome. Finding friends. So here, I wanted to find 3 like-minded individuals. I didn't originally have this framework of mentor, peer, mentee, but I just kind of thought of it at this point, and I did meet 3 awesome mentors in person this year, and I have developed very strong relationships with them. Antonio was someone I met at Capital Club London. Very, very spiritual and deep-rooted into his purpose, and he's aligned a lot in similar values as I. when it comes to like health and his relationship with God. Very, very respectable guy, and I talk with him a lot, like almost every week, to talk about like a relationship with God and gain guidance and advice around that. So thank you, Antonio, for I'm very grateful for meeting you this year. Matt, as in Matt Shields, he is the agency owner I invested into his program in March of this year. And Matt Shields has also changed my life significantly in many ways too, but he's also a spiritual mentor that helped me really dive deep into the faith. So I'm super grateful for Matt as well. And then Carl Ram was also someone I met this year in the Growth House. I'd call him a mentor slash peer. Like, we talk a lot about our businesses and what bottlenecks we can do, but he has always been someone I looked up to and admired and was inspired by his content and the education he provided. Super grateful for having him in my contact list now, which is crazy to say, and the fact that I met him too. All like-minded individuals that I've met in person, which is awesome. Most significant relationship that I was able to meet in person that I've known for the longest time was actually Kai Trong, someone I met in Easy Grow over a year ago, last year in July. It was like July to October 2023, somewhere in there. But I've seen this kid in coaching calls, and he was still in school. And this guy wanted to drop out of school so bad to work on his online agency and, for himself. He was literally exactly like me, and we've connected since then, and we've helped each other since then, and we've grown so much in our journey since then. And now, next year, 2025, we will be living together in a penthouse in Austin, in a 10 by 10 apartment, which is awesome. So super grateful for Kai as well. I met him at the same event I met Matt Shields in North Carolina. So that was an incredible experience. I've met so many other great people this year as well, including, just to name a few, Josh Rivera, Tony Lee, Martin, everyone I met at Capital Club, Andrew, Shakir, so many different great entrepreneurs and like-minded people. I'm super blessed to have that connection now. So definitely way more than 3 I've met this year and meet them. But I kind of added this last one I haven't met in person, but his name is Alexi. He's kind of been taken under my, I'd say, mentee position because I found him in this school group called the Adonis Gang. And for whatever miraculous reason, I stumbled across one of his posts that described his situation with homeschool. Very, very, almost identical to what I felt during that time when I was homeschooled. Like, I didn't want to do this. I want to work on an online business. I feel directionless. My parents aren't supportive of it. And I gave him my whole story basically. And we haven't stopped contacting ever since because we're so close in that. So I've been offering advice. We talk on school, but he's trying to figure it out with school, how to balance school and like still knowing how to work on his businesses, which is another thing I'm trying to help him understand is, you got to focus on one thing. But he is, I think, a person I was able to, I guess, guide and offer advice on, at least from my journey. And this is not to, please my own ego or say that I know everything, but I do really want to help Alexi get past this kind of roadblock that I was on, and being able to offer my perspective, I feel like would be helpful for him and can provide value for him. So that's what I feel responsible to do. Anyways, this goal of finding 3 like-minded individuals also checked. Cool. 50 books. I won't read all of them now, but I have read 50 books this year. 5 more was left, but I actually wrote them down too. Here. So yeah, those are my 50 books. I've also took 5 courses and counting here. This was my next one, 7. Serve Others, Calls Inner Mastery, Pure Focus Program, Calls Country Club, and Trad Chad. Extremely, extremely valuable programs that helped me for serving others, which is now called the Agency Boardroom, helped me foster my agency and grow my agency. Call Center Mastery also grew my product and the way I do my calls and back end. Pure Focus program, also huge props to them and their value that they've helped me gain awareness of and optimize my sleep and performance. Calls Country Club, amazing community, by far the best community on Skool, high quality people, high quality posts, super fun to be around. And Trad Chad, which is helping me develop significantly another area of my life, which is like dating and talking to girls and finding like a Christian / Catholic woman, which is like the niche of that program. It definitely has helped me, at least on the date that I've been on this year, and cold approaching women, things like this, how to text women. Good fundamental skill to learn, just throughout life. So when I do eventually start, I guess, dating more and getting myself out there to potentially find my future wife, I'll be more comfortable and gain the skills required to convert my, future wife to my girlfriend first, and then nurture her to be my wife. Anyways, I'm getting tired, as you probably can tell from my voice, but this is checked. Next, faith. Boom. Checked. This is 100% checked. So many occurrences this year. August 15th, October 27th, December, so many days in December where I came to revelation about Jesus, and November as well. Gave my life to Christ this year. So grateful for this occurrence, and maintaining my faith in myself was difficult at times, but right now I've realigned my sense of importance around having faith in myself, and it's more solidified than ever. So this has definitely been achieved. Biggest one of the year by far was giving my light, was feeling Christ in my heart that night, which I have documented. So one of my other goals too was reading the entire New Testament. I haven't hit this yet. I am still, I'd say, I will be honest with myself, I'm not as consistent as I should be reading the Bible, and I've committed a lot, or I said I was going to commit a lot to reading the Bible, and being a lot more consistent. As of recently, I haven't been reading every single day and a lot every single day, but I always have this sense of enthusiasm when I open the book and I hear God speak to me. It's like an amazing feeling. So definitely, I think this is a new goal anyway that I added on. It'll transcend into the next year. So biggest one of the year by far. So the next thing was fraternity. Attend at least networking event, which I checked here. I went to the 2024 private London dinner. As you can see, I met Luke Belmar here. This is the Capital Club dinner. I've also met another friend, Jackson, who lives in London. He showed us around, beautiful views. This is Andrew and Shakir, and this is Antonio. I've met so many cool people in London. It was such an amazing experience and a lot of fun. So that was a private dinner, Capital Club 24 event, and then boom, Call Around Austin Growth House this year as well. This is everyone we met at the Growth House and we lived with. This was the first week of Growth House. You can see me and Call in the same picture. This is us brainstorming like devious dudes, esoteric dudes should. And then we went on a hike on one day. And this was a lot of fun as well. So yeah, man, I'm so grateful to have these two experiences this year. Phenomenal time. Honestly, the highlights of my year. These are at least the highlights, like top highlights of my year. Meeting new people, traveling, being in different environments, networking, having these connections now. Like most of these people I can reach out to and just talk to them and chop it up with them. So grateful I went to these. They definitely paid back for themselves. Highly recommend this. All right, last goal. This is the only other goal I did not hit, and that was to have $10,000 cash in my bank account. You can see here I have a visual of importing money from my Stripe account to USA account, which I actually can't do because I don't own access to the Stripe business account. It actually goes to my brother's account, and I don't have control over that money. But anyways, I think the main reason why I didn't hit this goal were two things. One, my lack of urgency around this goal, and three things. Lack of urgency. Two was that my spending habits and I guess you could say, like, the way I saved my money was not incongruent with my goals of this goal. And then the third thing was understanding that the fiat system is a scam. The other revelation I came to this year was Bitcoin and how it triumphs as the US dollar as the purest form of money to be ever existed. I've gone down the orange pill, the rabbit hole that Bitcoin really is. I've done a lot of hours of research, and you just realize there's really no reason why. Why? What is inflation, bro? They just take your money away. They're taking printing money out of thin air, taking your time and energy away from you, and then charging you interest based on that newly created money. But Bitcoin, you completely own. It's 100% yours, and you can move it anywhere you want without any middleman. Pretty good. So, anyways, all that to say, my financial goals, it's actually going to be more than this. I actually do want to hold cash in my bank account next year. It's going to be much more than $10,000. I want to hold at least $50,000 in my bank account next year. I want to hold 0.5 Bitcoin, and then I want to spend $25,000 to $50,000 in experiences. So that takes around, based on Bitcoin's price right now, 150 grand in for me to spend that. And so what that means is I need to make a lot more profit. So my business, in terms of my financial goals, is going to be very, very important to generate enough income to reach those financial goals. I'm sorry, I think the L-theanine is kicking in right now because my brain is like going so slow. And my eyes are like blinking really, really slow. I'm really tired. My sleep supplements are working. I'm gonna go over more of these tomorrow, but this is a good video. Probably too long of a video. Two goals of these 10 were not achieved. Everything else, though, I was on the right track. Everything was achieved. Super proud of myself, the progress, more reflection tomorrow, and more talking tomorrow as well. And we'll go over this. Boom. We're going to go over this. We're also going to go over this. Life-altering breakthroughs. More tomorrow. Good night, guys.